I've talked about displacement many times, and displacement is a very effective move whereby the market rises to the upside and then it drops to the downside, and there is a very strong pressure whether buying or selling. That movement is so crazy, and mind you, this movement is not caused by news. It is just a movement that happens, and you end up asking yourself, what is this now? You find yourself going back to news website, you find there was no news because the movement is super crazy. Okay, so guys, I have done videos explaining about displacement, and someone requested me to do a video as well explaining more about displacement. So basically guys, I want to go in depth explaining about displacement and where it comes from. Okay, what causes this movement? Because I do tell you guys, when this movement goes against you, forget your account completely, because it is a very effective move. Okay, with examples I will show you how displacement looks like, and as well as we learn about displacement, we are going as well to learn about what causes displacement, so you will know after this happens I should expect a displacement. So basically guys, that's what I want to do in this video. So guys, I would love to tell you, like, displacement in short is a very powerful move in price action resulting in strong buying or selling pressure. So there is a strong buying and selling pressure, I told you. And so guys, generally speaking, displacement will appear as a single or a group of candles that are all positioned in the same direction. So if it is buying, it's buying. If it is selling, it is selling. You understand me? And these candles, you're supposed to know, they typically have large real bodies, very large bodies, and very short wicks, therefore suggesting very little disagreement between buyers and sellers. So in this case, they have very small wicks. Remember, wicks shows as a rejection of higher and lower prices. When we have long wicks, they shows us who are trying to control the market, or rather to take over the market. In this case, they have very minimal wicks. And so guys, with an example, I would love to show you how it should appear, or rather how you're supposed to know displacement right on a chart. So guys, have a look at this. So guys, this is what we mean by displacement, and per the explanation you can see it is indeed very large real bodies candlestick pattern with very minimal wicks, or rather small wicks, therefore showing us a very little disagreement between buyers and sellers. That's why if it is buying, it is buying. If it's selling, it is selling. And that's why you can see they are candlestick positioned in the same direction. So you can see over here, you can see over here. So guys, you can imagine movements like this, and let's say here you take your buy order, you can forget your account because movement is crazy. Let's say here you took your sell order, you can lose your account because the movement is super crazy. So guys, this is what we call displacement, and I'm telling you, they show us very strong selling and buying pressure. And you can see indeed the candlestick themselves shows you it is a strong selling pressure over here, selling pressure, and very strong buying pressure. So guys, when does this occur, or rather when can you expect displacement? This is what each and every one of you must know. And so often a displacement will occur just after a liquidity level has been reached. So liquidity, I do tell you, is the fuel the market needs so that it can really move. So once that liquidity level has been reached, you understand me, displacement take place. And that's why we do have this kind of movement over here, a very crazy movement. So that's what you're supposed to know. And so guys, this is so effective because it can result in a creation of both fair value gap and market structure shifts. You all know fair value gap, you all know market structure shifts, and in short, it can show as a potential reversal. You understand me? And so guys, having understood where displacement comes from, I would love us to understand liquidity. And ICT breaks down liquidity in a manner that we can all understand. And so guys, without further ado, let's talk about liquidity, which causes displacement. And so guys, liquidity is the first and arguably the most important concept within the ICT trading methodology. So there are two types of liquidity. We have the buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity. I would love you guys to understand this. It is super effective. And so guys, what are you supposed to understand about the buy side and sell side liquidity? Buy side liquidity will represent a level on the chart where short sellers will have their stops positioned. And so with that, where do we expect to find majorly or resistance level? Because this is whereby sellers will have their stops positioned. And so what is sell side liquidity? As well, it is just the opposite. And so you're supposed to know it represents a level on the chart where long traders will place their stops. So you expect to see this on support whereby buyers will have their stops positioned. So guys, in both cases, these levels are often found at or near extremes at the tops and bottoms of ranges, are often viewed as areas where traders are proven wrong and therefore will want to get out of their trades. And so guys, this area where traders are proven wrong is whereby liquidity level is actually breached, and so displacement will take place. And so guys, with a very simple explanation, have a look at this. This is what we mean by buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity, majorly found on resistance, the buy side liquidity, and sell side liquidity found on support. This is a zone where for real we are proven wrong, and being proven wrong is having movement like this whereby you will think the market is buying, and so something like this happen, and then the market goes to the opposite direction. So many traders will buy, being stopped out in the market, or rather the sell stops of sellers over here, they are swept away. Therefore displacement takes place. So this is displacement, and you can see they are large real bodies with very small wicks. You understand me? So expect displacement after a liquidity level has been breached. And as well guys, the same happens when it comes to sell side liquidity, whereby we want to be proven wrong by this smart money. And so guys, many people will think the market will actually sell, and what does the market do? It being rejected, closing above the level, and so the market aggressively proceeds to the upside. And so guys, you can see it is indeed large real bodies with very minimal wick, with little disagreement between buyers and sellers, and therefore that's why displacement takes place. Okay, so guys, with that you can really know where displacement comes from. So you have to be very careful when displacement goes against you, because it's so easy for you to lose money. Okay, so guys, I know now you have an idea where displacement comes from and how liquidity causes displacement. Okay, and so guys, to clarify on that, you're supposed to know smart money players understands the nature of this concept and commonly will accumulate or distribute positions near levels where many stops reside. It is in part the sheer amount of stops at key levels that allow larger players to fully realize their positions. Once the level at which many stops are placed has been traded through, it's often that the price will reverse course and head in the opposite direction, seeking liquidity at the opposite extreme, and that is what now we call displacement. Okay, so guys, that's what you're supposed to know. And I was really going through a lot, having seen movement like this on my chart, and most of the times I was going against them, and I knew when something like this happened, my account is completely gone. So I will urge you guys to understand, practice, and make sure of known buy side and sell side liquidity. Very easy to spot them on their chart, and so expect displacement. And when you catch displacement move, trust me, you're going to make a pretty good amount of money. I majorly look for this displacement because I know I'm going to make good amount of money by understanding first liquidity, buy side and sell side liquidity. Okay, so guys, that's what I wanted to put across to whoever asked me this question. Angeline, I've answered your question. Success in everything you do. Continue working hard, because I really know one day your hard work will pay you. Let me hope you've learned something, guys. Subscribe to this channel, like this video as well. I don't have much to say, guys. Road to 10k subscribers. Kindly let yours count, and the only thing to do is clicking on that red button, rate and subscribe, and definitely your subscription will be counted. Okay, so guys, let me leave at this point. See you in my next video. Bye guys.